This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, October 7th. But the year was 1765. The Stamp Act Congress convenes in protest against British taxation. It will take time before the American Revolution will begin. But that happened on 1765. Carbon paper was invented in London by Ralph Wedgwood, 1806. Cornell University in Ithaca, New York opened on this day, 1868. Spain abolished slavery in Cuba on this day, 1886. An English nurse, Edith Cavell, was sentenced to death along with 34 others by a German court-martial for creating an underground network whose purpose was to free Allied soldiers. 1915. Georgia Tech, coached by John Heisman, defeats the Cumberland football team. It was the most lopsided score in the history of college football. 222 against 0. Georgia Tech won. 1916. It was on this day that KLM, the oldest existing airline, was established. 1919. On this day, Nazi leaders inspected the concentration camp at Dachau. 1935. Whitey Ford wins his first World Series game on this day, 1950. The first bandstand was broadcast from Philadelphia on this day. 3 years later, Dick Clark becomes the new host. The American Bandstand, 1952. The Yankees tied their own record of 4 consecutive World Series wins on this day, 1952. The first time the far side of the moon was seen on this day, 1959. The Beatles turned down $1 million for a concert in New York on this day, 1967. Northern Ireland Prime Minister Brian Faulkner meets with Prime Minister Edward Heath. They agreed to send an additional 1,500 British troops to Northern Ireland on this day, 1971. The United States decided that they would not deport John Lennon back to the United Kingdom for a conviction of smoking pot. 1975. The musical Cats opened at the Winter Garden on Broadway. It will run for 18 years. It opened on this day, 1982. Law professor Anita Hill accuses Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas of making inappropriate sexual remarks to her. was on this day, 1991. Rupert Murdoch launched Fox News on this day, 1996. The United States invasion of Afghanistan happened on this day, 2001. The American gubernatorial recall election was held on this day in California. Governor Gray Davis is recalled and replaced by Arnold Schwarzenegger as governor of California, 2003. And so as we look back, there's good news, bad news, confusing news. But behind it all is the good news that this is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, October 7th.